So today we're repairing a few desks. Most of them have broken crossbars like this, and by the looks of things, they've been repaired before.
We don't need no education. Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of facilities maintenance.
The only problem is the quality of these welds just is not going to hold up. This metal is pretty thin gauge, and so when you blow through like this, you have to build it back up again. This little bit would have never held, and it didn't. Looking at this one, they didn't sink the weld into the other side. They welded into this side, but not that side, so I'm gonna have to grind all this old weld off before starting over and welding it properly. Oh wow, now that I've got this upside down and I can get a better look at this, I might have to put some kind of gusset in there to reinforce this. I think that's what I'll have to do, because there's no filling this.
Time to jack it up. This one smells like the cologne of the last kid who wore it. And the other thing I like to do is take a nice wide stance to keep the sparks out of the top of my boots.
When you're working with metal this thin, this light of gauge, it's important to keep your voltage down fairly low so that you don't blow through. Every welder's different. You're just going to have to play around with it until you get there. Looks like I've dialed it in just about right. And now, yeah, I'm sinking the welds into the actual metal here, as well as my plate that I'm putting on there as well. I'm just going to get it all attached on all sides, and then when it's in place there, then I can work this down where I want it, and then weld this part. Tip this up on edge now so I can get at the underside of this and tag that in a few places as well. Okay, with that tagged in place, now I can beat on that for a bit with a hammer and bring that down to meet up with the other side, and then start welding that in place. That actually worked fairly well. Hopefully it holds. It's pretty mild steel, so it doesn't have a great tensile strength, but I actually don't think what we started with was great either. So we'll see how this holds up. Now I can just pretty much go ahead and weld it, still being careful not to blow through, because like I said, this is pretty light gauge. Well, there's still a hole in the bottom, but I don't know if I'm going to worry about that. I think I have created enough strength with what I have done there to serve its purpose. So I might just leave it like that. And again, I do like a challenge. Okay, that wasn't as difficult as I thought it might be. And that doesn't look too bad. That's pretty strong now. So I think we're done with this one. Well, it's two done. That's the first one with the gusset. That needed a bit of work at both ends. The other one needed some work at both ends as well. This one over here definitely needs work at both ends, since the bar is missing completely. Well, not missing, it's sitting right over there. So let's get to it. Okay, this is kind of funny. This was actually under a bit of tension here, so I was able to wedge the bar back in place, and I'll be able to weld that right there. And this one is right where it needs to be for welding as well, so probably less work than the other two.
And I've started by just tagging it on either end, so now the bar won't move, and I can just go ahead and start welding it back into place. All right, and here's the final one. Reattached at both ends to serve for another season of engaging young minds and making future leaders.